Everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of bonkers.ie TV. I'm Robin.
And I'm Dara. And given that it's Freshers season, we thought that this week it'd be a good idea to do our annual review of some of the best current accounts for students that are out there at the moment. And as always, if you want any more information, though, head over to our blog or catch us on social media. And also earlier on in the week, we sent out our 10,000 tweet. So we had a competition for a prepaid €50 MasterCard, which I have here, and we'll be announcing the winner of that competition at the end of the video, so stay tuned. So Robin, will kick things off, will we, by talking about, let's say, Ulster Bank. So what have they got for students this year?
So Ulster Bank, much like all of the bank accounts that we're going to talk about are all pretty great for students, but some of them kind of perform better in different areas. So Ulster Bank is a great all-rounder for most of your needs. It's fee-free, which you'd expect from any sort of student account. It's also, hang on, let me just check my notes. It's got a Visa debit card, it's got contactless payments, and it has an interest-free overdraft of up to €1,500, which is really handy if you're kind of stuck here and there. And it also has a reasonable credit card. They don't have any freebies or incentives to sign up at the moment. Most of the banks don't. But again, it's a great one. It's also good for student loan, but it could do, with a proper student loan, which isn't great.
And when you say a proper student loan, what do you mean by that?
It doesn't have a dedicated student loan like a lot of the other banks on the list, but it does have a loan that parents can use to help students with their studies.
Okay, but it does have the overdraft.
It does, yeah. It has the overdraft of
so some access to credit there for some students. Okay, now we'll start with, we'll go on to Permanent TSB. So what have they got for students this year?
So Permanent TSB is probably the weakest option on the list. That being said, though, it's still a good option if you're looking for something that covers your bases. It just doesn't have any sort of student centric things. So it doesn't have a student credit card, it doesn't have a student loan. It doesn't even have things like Google Pay and Apple Pay, which people have come to expect these days. So it's not but then again, it's fine in terms of if you want a bank account that's fee-free, and it also has a good app and everything like that. So,
maybe not the most stellar of reviews. Is there anything that maybe is a bit of a standout feature or anything extra that they give for students?
I'd say its standout feature is probably its rewards program for loyalty, which is quite good. It's called Go Rewards, and you can get lots of different discounts off of selected retailers with that.
Okay, very good. Okay, we'll move on to one of the probably other smaller players in the market, KBC. What are they offering?
So KBC are the only bank that's offering a sign-up incentive, which is pretty good, and it comes in the form of free money.
Oh, great.
So yeah, if you sign up with KBC as a new customer on a student account, they will give you €75 just for opening an account.
Okay.
So how you get that €75, there's a few terms and conditions with that, you have to make a certain amount of transactions when you open the account, but it's still £75 is £75.
Okay.
So,
and I presume it's the same, fee-free, and they have Apple Pay and Google Pay as well.
Yeah, and they also have Garmin Pay and Fitbit Pay.
Okay.
So if you have a fitness tracker, it's great as well for that. They also have a decent student credit card with a limit of up to €1,000, and they also give you 1% back on your grocery shopping. So, which is
very good.
Great.
On the credit card, they give you 1% back. And any downsides to KBC?
The downside will probably be their student loan options aren't great.
Great. Okay, very good. So moving on now to one of the big two, I guess, Bank of Ireland. What have they got for students?
So Bank of Ireland, like all of the other banks, again, it's fee-free. It has a nice app. It's quite good in that respect. So good all-rounder, but it really sort of shines through when it comes to its student loans. They have 4 different types of student loans.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, so to cover any kind of basis, they have one known as their J1 loan, which is for €1,000, which would be quite good for when you come to your summers.
Of course.
They've also got one that is, it's for people who are, hang on, let me just check the name of it.
And do many people use these loans? Do you find out you think students find them actually useful?
Definitely. This one I'm talking about, it's you're called the Preferred Faculty Loan.
Oh, right, okay.
And that can assist with your college and living expenses for students of medicine, accountancy, engineering as well. So that's great. It's all up through your thing. And then they have another one for postgraduates, which will give you up to 14 grand, which is quite good to pay over a 5-year period.
But for the Preferred Faculty Loan, then you need to be studying a specific subject in order to get it. Right, okay. Interesting. Okay, so now, last but not least, AIB, the biggest bank in the country and one that probably a lot of students would flock to every year, rightly or wrongly. What are your thoughts on what they're offering?
AIB is a super option if you're looking for a really great student account. That's because they offer everything that you'd expect again. You get your fee-free banking. You've got a really nice app. You've got Apple Pay, Google Pay, but they really, really knock it out of the park when it comes to student-specific loans. Like they've got a great one that's for €3,000 that will help you with your registration fees every year, and then they also have another loan which will offer you up to 50 grand, which is really great, especially since everything is kind of, the prices for everything are kind of whacking up at the moment, whether it's accommodation or your student fees. So
and I presume as well things like internet banking, a good mobile app, free banking, all that stuff is as standard with AIB as well. Okay, so I think that wraps up the list. But the looks of things, Robin, it's AIB is who maybe be your favourites. What I find, though, I don't know if you agree, is that the banks that have the best student accounts now tend to have the worst and least, I suppose, best value current accounts in the future, and vice versa. Would you agree with that? Because the student accounts are going to come to an end eventually, and these customers or these students are going to roll over onto the normal accounts. So is that something to watch out for? Yeah,
for sure. I mean, as I was just saying there, AIB is great now for students, but AIB is one of the more expensive banks when it comes to banking fees once those fees do kick in for you, once your student account graduates to a normal account. So, and so that's something to look out for. But there is, there's also worth noting that it's not hard to switch your current account if you want to. Like, a lot of people have this in their head. They're like, once I've signed up to a bank, I never have to, I can't change. And you can. It's actually really easy to do. There's even a code set out by the central bank, which dictates that if you are switching bank accounts, everything has to be done and completed within a 10-day period. And that includes like all your standing orders, or if you're paying your mortgage or anything like that. So don't feel like you're tied to one bank forever. So if you're students signing up now, definitely go for whichever bank is giving you the best deal, and worry about that at a later date. I'm sure you will.
Good advice. Okay, so as always, guys, if you want any more information, just head over to our blog. We have a blog post at the moment that's live on the 5 best student accounts out there at the moment. So check it out, and of course follow us on social media. And then finally, congratulations to Grania Halligan, who won our €50 prepaid MasterCard. Congratulations, Grania. We'll be in touch with you shortly. And that's it. Thanks for watching as always, and we'll see you again at the same time and the same place next week. Bye-bye.